The control of the elements. The earth element. Directors, Pelleur and Virgo. Inhabitants, Gnomes. Beloved Virgo speaks. I am Virgo, spirit of the earth, called affectionately by many, Mother Earth. My beloved Pelleur and I answered the summons of Helios and Vesta for volunteers to help the Great Elohim in their task of creating a habitable planet for a mankind which would issue out of the presence of Helios and Vesta in time. The beloved Pelleur offered his full gathered momentum of centripetal force to create the law of gravity which varied through the ages according to the weight and vibratory action of the peoples, and to create the magnetic pull which holds continents as well as islands in their perfect place. I offered to mold universal intelligent life substance into the design created by Helios and Vesta, which rested in the bosom of the silent watcher. I worked in close harmony with the first Maha Chohan, the beings of each of the four seasons, as well as the great beings who ensouled the mountains and hills, the fertile valleys, the trees, shrubs, and flowers, and the little gnomes, whose activity would be within the very body of the earth itself. When the first members of the human race embodied, the earth was garlanded in her most fragrant flowers. Amaryllis, spirit of spring, having prepared for over 900 years to develop the greatest beauty for the incoming holy innocents and their guardians. The earth substance was crystalline, pure, iridescent, and the glowing radiation from the very center of the earth, where Pelleur had focused his magnetic ray of pink flame, the point where the masculine and feminine rays which formed the matrix around which the planet itself was created, was easily distinguishable, pouring up, in, through, and around the earth and all its attendant evolutions. After the laggards came from other stars, mankind's vibratory action began to lower, and his physical body became heavier, and the excrements from the physical bodies began the creation of what is so aptly termed soil. Then, as in all the other kingdoms, there began to build resentments and rebellions against the thoughtless, careless, and selfish members of the human race who use the body of the earth, the riches of its mountain ranges, the harvest of the selfless workers in the nature kingdom as a matter of course, giving back nothing but refuge and excrement in exchange for this freely given heritage of harvest of precious stones and metals, and the very platform provided for their feet, as well as upon which to build their homes, their temples, and their places of pleasure and vanity. The gnomes, like all beings of nature, are imitative in the extreme. They mirror, by their very vow of obedience to man, that which they see. Many of the lovely, delicate, ethereal gnomes became distorted in shape, mischievous in nature, and enjoyed playing tricks upon their human tormentors. Worse still, some of the greater mountain spirits, catching up the spirit of rebellion, spewed forth fire, smoke, molten lava, and caused great havoc, death, and destruction to the human race. All volcanic action, past and present, is due to such antipathy between the spirits of earth and the peoples whom they had come in such love to serve. Remember, beloved ones, the earth has suffered much from mankind. The decaying bodies of her dead have been placed within the earth, and the gnomes have had the unpleasant task of completing the dissolution of polluted vehicles which had reached such a state of imperfection that the Holy Christ Self and body elemental could no longer use it for any constructive purpose. Thank God, in the Western Hemisphere, cremation is again coming to be recognized as an acceptable means of disposing of the outworn earthly shell. Let us call now on the law of forgiveness for all the misuse of the earth's gifts, all the tortures, conscious and unconscious, inflicted upon the gnomes and spirits of nature by all mankind, yourselves, all other embodied life streams, and all who are to embody on the earth in the future. Let us also call on the law of forgiveness for all the havoc and disaster as well as mischief caused by the rebellions, resentments, and hates of the beings of earth toward mankind. Let us ask the beloved Astrea to lock her circle and sword of blue flame in, through, and around the cause and core of such fears, and replace them by a loving trust and cooperation between the mankind of earth and the beings of earth. Let us ask that the desire and capacity to use the earth, the riches of her mountain deposits for destructive purpose, be dissolved and removed from all belonging to this evolution. Your physical bodies are destined to outpicture the glory of your own individualized I Am presence. I am here to help you to regain that perfection. And will you send your love to Beloved Pelleur for his service through the ages? All of your bodies function like ovoids of matter of the various planes around your flesh form. The flesh form is the smallest within the center, the etheric body interpenetrating that, the mental body outside of that. You know that as the light descends from the electronic through the silver cord, it passes through the emotional, mental, etheric, and physical bodies and anchors within the heart. You must become, through the flame within your heart, the dignified, balanced, poised master of your emotional, mental, etheric, and physical bodies. Your Holy Christ Self neither slumbers nor sleeps. Speak to it and ask the Holy Christ Self to regulate for you and put in their perfect place as instruments of the I Am your vehicles, and no longer be a servant but the master in your household.
Precious little molten beings of the earth.